Okay, well, hey, we're super excited about being in the playoff for our seventh appearance, and just proud of our guys. An amazing season, and did enough to earn the opportunity to play for our championship, and knew we had to win that against a really tough SMU team, but excited about it. And obviously now we know where we're going, and I went out to Austin. Ironically, I went out to Austin when I got the job at Clemson in February of '09 and I spent, 2 or 3 days with Coach Mack Brown, and that was very impactful for me. But I've only been at one game at that stadium, and that was to see Cade Klubnik play in a playoff game. And ironically visited with Coach Sark. We stood down in the end zone there. But so what an opportunity. I mean, what a magical, historic place to go play a football game. I've never played Texas. I've never been to, obviously played in that stadium or anything. So I'm super excited about it. And what a great experience, for our guys to compete against, one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country. They've had a great year. Sark's done an amazing job. So we're really excited about it, and look forward to the preparation process and great matchup out there. And again, just thankful to have the opportunity to go compete, at the highest level.
We'll lead off with Chapel Fowler from the state. Chapel.
Hey, Dabo. Wanted to get any update on Jay Haynes with his injury from last night, if you have one.
I don't have one right now. I'm still waiting on the MRI.
Gotcha.
Go next to David Hood from TigerNet.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon. I was just wondering, Coach Sarkisian was saying earlier that, they're going to give their guys 2 or 3 or 4 days off now because everybody's just so beat up. What will your schedule kind of look like between now and the game?
Yeah, we had kind of mapped out all scenarios. Winning the game, getting the bye, winning the game, playing in the first round on the 20th or the 21st, not winning the game and going to a bowl game. So we had kind of mapped all of those paths out. So now we've got some clarity, obviously, playing on the 21st. But yeah, absolutely. These guys, we'll give them a couple days off. Just we had a great team. We didn't get much sleep, very little sleep, but we had a team meeting at 11:45, and that was a really awesome experience. And then obviously had the pizza party and kind of just the watch party there to see what our fate was going to be. And so now we know who we had a plan. If we got the bye, obviously there would have been two teams that we would have had to do a lot of prep for. But now we know that, who we're playing, where we're playing, when we're playing. So we'll give these guys off a couple of days. We'll probably, start meetings on Wednesday night, probably start practice on Thursday. But we've got a good plan in place, and it's a Saturday game. So you'll have it's kind of like a reverse open date. Typically on our open dates, we give them the weekend off. This will be a little different, with their season and where we are. They need a little break. They've got finals this week, so there's a lot going on. But we've got a good plan in place, and look forward to, getting that preparation process started.
Let's go next to Darian Carter with the Greenville News.
Hey, Coach. You guys had 9 rushing yards in the second half against SMU. Just curious, how much did Jay Haynes' injury kind of influence that number?
I mean, it didn't help, that's for sure. But yeah, we knew we were going to have to throw the ball against those guys. But definitely was disappointing that we weren't, better in a couple of spots in that second half. But gives SMU a lot of credit.
Go to Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com.
Coach, congratulations again. If we could get a quick update on Tré Williams, didn't look like that was too serious. But also with Jay Haynes' injury, how important is it that the postseason does not count towards their 4 games? You have Easy now available in the playoff and don't have to burn his red shirt.
Yeah, it's huge. And then Jarvis, we've got Jarvis, we got Easy E and a couple opportunities there. Keith Adams as well. So, and then I was proud of Maffa. I thought he was able to bring a little something to the table. He's not 100%, but he really gutted it out, man. I mean, he's got the heart of a lion, just, just such an unbelievable teammate and warrior for those guys. So time off is going to be a good thing, for all those guys. And we'll see where it goes with Jay Haynes, and we'll go from there. But it's good, I'm happy for, because Easy's obviously a guy that we're probably going to need.
That's Tré.
Tré Williams, coach.
Oh, Tré, I'm sorry. He seemed fine today. I haven't gotten any complete update yet from our trainer, but he seemed good today.
We'll go next to Kirk Bowles.
Dabo, how is your Clemson team different from all your other teams? I know they're every different year by year, but how is this one different? And what would you say are one or two of the biggest strengths you've been most consistent at this year?
I mean, when this is what you do for a living, I mean, kind of every team, it's like if you're a parent, all your kids are different, right? Like, they're all same DNA, but they all have different personalities and different gifts and different challenges and things like that. And I would say it's the same thing with the teams that I've had. Some are similar, some are very different. You win different ways, but this group in particular, I would say probably some of the best leadership I've ever been around. I mean, really special, like special leadership. They're the people on this roster are going to do some amazing things in life. I'll guarantee you that. But I think as far as what we've done best is turnover margin. We've been really, really good. We're probably top 3 or 4 in the country in the turnover margin. That was the difference in the game last night. I think that we've been a good third down team for the most part on both sides all year. But that'd be probably the 2 biggest things that I would say from a strength standpoint. We've been opportunistic that way, and it's a big reason why we're 10-3.
Thank you,
Now to
Coach.
Jeff Jones.
Dabo, you started this off by telling us about the trip you took to Austin after you got the Clemson job in February of 2009. What do you remember about that trip, and did you learn something in that trip that still kind of informs you today?
Oh man, that trip was life-changing for me. I got the job as an interim there in the middle of season 2008, and then got the job December 1 of 2008. And now you're getting going, you put your staff together, and we signed our first class, and we signed 12 guys, and I just was looking to go learn. I mean, I didn't know much about being a head coach other than what I had done as an interim and what I thought. I had a lot of thoughts in my head, but I just felt like I needed to go learn. I actually called around to a lot of coaches, and the only guy that would let me come visit was Mack Brown, and he didn't know me from Adam. And I remember calling out there, and he was like, "Man, congrats! I kept up with your season. It was really cool to see you get the opportunity." And he's like, "Yeah, come on out." So I brought my whole staff, like strength staff, defense, offense, and we went out and spent 2.5, 3 days there. He took us all to lunch. We had we spent a lot of time eating, but I was hoping I might get maybe an hour with him. He spent several hours with me one-on-one, and I had a lot of questions. Some of it was just confirmation of things that just, okay, I'm not crazy, I'm thinking the right way. And then a lot of it, like I couldn't even get the question out of my mouth. He could read my mind and he had the answer. But Mack Brown, that time with Mack Brown was transformational for me as a young coach, 39 years old. It was transformational that he took the time to, pour into me. He didn't have to. And it gave me, like I said, it gave me confirmation on some things. It gave me, I'm like, what about this? And it gave me maybe a different way to think about a few things as well. So it was a transformational time for me. I'm forever indebted to Mack Brown for that, because again, he didn't have to do that. He didn't know me, but he went way above and beyond. And I mean, I still got my notes, about 7, 8 pages of notes that I took from my time with Mack Brown out there that really helped me when I came back to Clemson as far as being a head coach and, having some confidence in what I thought we needed to do to move forward, and also some new ideas on some things too. So it was a great experience. Austin is a beautiful place. I really enjoyed it when I was there, and then the only other time I've been back there was to see Cade Klubnik play. So it's going to be amazing. I mean, it's one of the best venues in college football, and what an awesome team they have, and should be a heck of a ball game.
Let's go next to Bob from CBS Austin.
Hey, Dabo. What was it originally that impressed you so much about Andrew Mukuba? And as he grew in your program, what was it about him that really stood out to you?
Man, I love Mukuba. He was a very unique situation. I never met Mukuba ever until the day he showed up on campus. That was all the COVID and all that. He, never was able to go see him. He was never able to visit campus, but he wanted to come to Clemson. And, I just loved his spirit and I loved his heart. And, he was just a really neat kid it's one of the, that whole time was one of the strangest times of my life because, recruiting is a very personal thing, and you get people come to campus, you go there. Literally the first time I ever met him was when he got dropped off, and everybody had to have the COVID protocols in place because that's when he came in. And man, Andrew was a great player for us. He did everything that was asked of him. He worked his butt off here. And certainly, wish he we'd been able to finish here. But listen, these guys, I mean, he did everything that was asked of him at Clemson, and he gave a lot to this program, and made a bunch of big plays. I'm happy for him. For him, he had the opportunity. He wanted a change, and it was an opportunity for him to go back home, and he's had a great year. He's an outstanding football player, and hopefully we were able to help him develop. Happy that he's been able to have a great year, and just kind of ironic that we're meeting in the playoff, but that's really you'll see more of that as the years go by with guys moving around from place to place. But I got nothing but great things to say about Cougs.
We'll go next to Lane Higgins from the Wall Street Journal.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, you're focused on your own team and the goals and the games that are ahead of them. But your comments after beating SMU were sort of along the lines of why they deserve to be in the playoff. And the obvious consequence of SMU making the field would be Alabama not. Given the history that Clemson as a program has with Alabama, is there something maybe extra sweet about the way you guys get into the playoff and also knocking out a former rival of yours?
No. I mean, that has nothing to do with it. I mean, it's, you obviously know somebody's not going to make it or whatever, but I just think that a team shouldn't be punished for playing in the championship game that's already in. I think it just sets a really bad precedent. I don't think teams should be rewarded for not making their championship game, but teams are punished for making their championship game. Teams that are in, like SMU, they're 8th, they're in. But now all of a sudden you go get beat in your championship game and you get punished for that, but you got the same record as teams that didn't make their championship. I just think that's a bad precedent. And, we can talk all about what changes need to be made and this and that, but, honestly, the championship games, I've heard all about the seeding and all that stuff. I mean, you can't punish it. I mean, if a team's going to have to play an extra game, 13 games, then you have to give them a bye. You can't ask the team that's playing in a championship to then turn around and play another game when they've won their championship and got the bye. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, just do away with the championship games, make the championship weekend the first round, and then you just seed it however, and you go from there. But somebody's always going to get left out. I've been a part, like I said, it's our 7th playoff, and we've been to 6 Final Fours, so I've been a part of the 5, 6, 7, 8 team, and now we're talking about 12 teams. It's going to go to 14 or 16 or whatever. No, I just think I have no idea who was going to get left out, but I just think it was the right thing. I mean, they deserved it. I mean, they had a great year and got beat on a 56-yard field goal with 3 seconds to go in a championship game that if they don't play, they're in the playoff. So I just think, it's the right thing to do with the system that we have in place currently.
We'll go now to Danny Davis from the Statesman.
Hey, Dabo, I know it's really early, but what stands out about this Texas team and the job that Steve's done with them this season?
Shoot, man. Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to put my eyes on them other than just, what I've seen, like everybody else on TV and stuff. But, I mean, they were a Final Four team last year. So, and now they're back in the playoffs. So I think Sark's done an amazing job. He's recruited. I mean, they got a great roster, a very, very talented roster. They got elite quarterback play. Explosive players outside. I mean, this is a complete football team, every sense of the word. So they're good enough to win the whole thing, and we'll have our hands full for sure. But excited to go compete.
Thank you.
Go to Charles Odom from the Associated Press.
Hey, Coach. I believe I saw on social media that with your team around you when the Texas came on the board as your matchup, you went straight to Cade and gave him a slap on the back. Had you guys discussed this as a possibility, and how do you think he's going to react to this opportunity for him to go home?
No, we hadn't discussed. We had no idea what was going to happen. Honestly, we hadn't really spent any time discussing, scenarios. I mean, we literally go to bed at like 6:30 in the morning, and I was back over there at 10:30, and we had an 11:45 team meeting, and so we didn't have much time to discuss any scenarios. We're just like everybody else and find out what we're doing. But when Texas came up, I mean, it was just kind of like, oh, this is it's amazing, because there's a lot of storylines. He's obviously from Austin, went to Westlake there, and one of the best quarterbacks to come out of the state of Texas. But also him and Quinn, went head to head a lot in high school. So it's just a really, it's all about the game, but that's just kind of a cool storyline for our quarterback. You just never know how things are going to work out in this crazy game of college football, and for him to be going to his first playoff, because we didn't make it in 22. We won the league, but we didn't make it, and then last year we didn't make it. So his first playoff and his first playoff game in Austin, Texas, where he grew up, is you can't make that up. So pretty cool for opportunity for him and his family, to be able to go compete against Texas there in Austin.
Got about 2 more minutes. We'll go to Trevor Groves again.
The other guys on your roster from Texas, Brian Wesco, Mickens, Harris Sewell, those guys got to be super excited as well.
Yeah, Ian Reed. In fact, the game that I saw Cade play, he was playing against Ian Reed in that game at Vandergrift there. So what is the stadium there at Texas? What's the name of it?
Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium.
Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. Okay. So we were there at Rural Texas Memorial Stadium, and he was actually playing against Ian Reed. Obviously, Ian Reed's out for the year, but so pretty cool opportunity for all those guys to be able to go back home. Noble Johnson, another guy, Corey and Gibson. We got several Texas kids on our team that I know that'll be a great thing for them to have a chance to, go play in the state of Texas.
Go to David Hood.
Hey, Coach, somebody was saying last night, and I don't know if it's true or not, that Garrett Riley, his wife Lindsay, was close to maybe they were going to have a baby. Did you think she was going to make it, and has the baby arrived? Kind of what was the plan there?
Well, if she survived that last night, I saw her today. So if she survived that last night, I think she's going to make it to Wednesday. Yeah, so they're going to induce on Wednesday. So we'll have a new Riley baby girl here on sometime on Wednesday. So super excited about them. They've got 2 sons, and so now to be able to bring along a baby girl into the family, that'll be awesome. We've got 73 kids that are 18 and under on our staff. It'll be 74 come Wednesday. So really excited about that. And then Ben Boulware's wife, she's I think she's next in line. So really cool to have a new Tiger coming in during playoff preparation on Wednesday.
And Jeff Jones, if you have one quick one, we can try to squeeze it in.
I do. I'd love to go back to the recruitment of the Austin guys you mentioned, Cade and Ian. Do you remember a moment in either or maybe both of those recruitments where you were like, okay, this is my kind of guy?
Yeah, I mean, just Cade. I mean, we offered 2 quarterbacks in that class. We offered Ty Simpson. Well, we offered Ty Simpson first, and I kind of got to know Cade a little after that, and basically we told Cade, hey, listen, because Ty was getting ready to make a decision, and we're like, hey, if he doesn't come our way, listen, you're getting the offer. And he was like, and Cade had a million offers, but he was like, I want to come to Clemson. And so, Ty went to Alabama, and literally the moment Ty Simpson announced that he was going to Alabama, I called Cade. I was standing in our locker room. I said, well, all right, here's your opportunity. You've got the scholarship if you want it. And he said, well, I'm coming to Clemson. And that was really that simple. That's what he wanted to do. And, just worked out the way it was supposed to. So that was that. And then from an Ian standpoint, he was just a kid that we got on and, got him out here to evaluate him and got to know his family, and just really, really loved everything about him. His brother's here playing soccer as well. So just a great family. Unfortunate that he got hurt because he could have helped us this year for sure, but he's still got 4 years in front of him because he'll get this year back from a medical standpoint. So I think when it's all said and done, he's going to be a good player for us.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Clemson Athletics, looking forward to this matchup of 2 prestigious programs in the first round of the college football playoff. Appreciate everybody joining us. And Coach, thank you again for your time.
Thank you, guys.